Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds just got exposed. And trust me, it's not what you think. We all know them as one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. Charming, funny, and seemingly flawless. But beneath that picture-perfect facade lies a story of deception, manipulation, and a legal circus that's spiraling out of control. But that's not all. What was once thought to be a simple legal battle has now turned into a full-fledged disaster. The kind of scandal that threatens to expose Hollywood's darkest secrets. They thought they could control the narrative, but this time, the truth is making its way to the surface in a way that no one saw coming. It all began with a lawsuit. Blake Lively, in a desperate bid to protect her reputation, filed a case against Justin Baldoni, hoping to win public sympathy and some legal victories. She thought that by crying on the stand and throwing some fancy legal jargon around, she could make it through. After all, Hollywood has a long history of manipulating public perception to its advantage, right? But here's the problem. Blake underestimated one key thing. The court isn't the place for PR stunts, and Judge Lyman wasn't buying it. Blake's plan started to unravel quickly as her credibility was questioned. Her testimony fell apart under pressure, and the legal system wasn't swayed by Hollywood glitz or charm. But that's not all. The worst part was yet to come. As the case progressed, a bombshell piece of evidence surfaced, something that could blow the entire case wide open and expose Blake's entire strategy for what it really was: an attempt to manipulate public opinion, not to seek justice. What was this game-changing piece of evidence? Let's dive into that next. As Blake entered the courtroom, she was ready to put on a show. Her lawyers knew exactly what buttons to push to gain sympathy. She shed tears, talked about her so-called trauma, and used every trick in the book to manipulate the narrative. The public was eating it up, but what they didn't know was that Judge Lyman saw right through her performance. The judge wasn't fooled by the Hollywood theatrics. He knew that this wasn't about finding the truth. It was about controlling the media narrative. Blake thought she could win by appealing to the jury's emotions, hoping they'd overlook the facts. But the legal system doesn't work that way. This wasn't a red carpet event, and there were no cameras to capture her best angle for Instagram. But it gets worse. Just when Blake thought she was on the verge of victory, something happened that changed everything. A crucial piece of evidence, a leaked audio recording, surfaced, and it was a game changer. What could this evidence possibly reveal that would shake things up even more? Hold tight, because this is where things really get interesting. Just when the case couldn't get any more bizarre, a leaked audio recording drops like a bombshell. This wasn't just any audio, it was a smoking gun. Hollywood's darkest secrets were about to be exposed on full blast. The audio featured none other than Ari Emanuel, one of the most powerful agents in the industry, admitting something huge about Justin Baldoni. He made it clear that Baldoni wasn't blacklisted from projects because of any wrongdoing on his part. No, he was targeted because of his association with the wrong people, specifically Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. That's right, the same power couple who once thought they could pull the strings behind the scenes and run Hollywood like their own personal playground. And it gets crazier. This piece of audio didn't just confirm what many had suspected. It made it clear that this wasn't about justice. It was about using their influence to destroy Baldoni's career for personal reasons. Now, thanks to this leaked audio, it's no longer just speculation. The truth is out, and Blake's whole case is on the verge of collapsing. As the walls closed in on Blake and Ryan, their desperation reached new heights. They weren't just trying to win the case, they were willing to throw everything they had at it. One of the most jaw-dropping moments in this saga? A bribery attempt. One that would make even the most seasoned Hollywood insiders raise their eyebrows. They thought they could use money to sweep everything under the rug and buy their way out of this mess. But that's not all. When the bribery attempt failed, it exposed a deeper layer of corruption that Blake and Ryan couldn't hide. This wasn't just a legal battle anymore. It was a full-scale cover-up attempt. They were willing to manipulate the system in any way they could, but the judge wasn't having it. He saw through their desperate ploys, and everything they tried only added fuel to the fire. As things started to spiral out of control, Blake's legal team made a bold move. They tried to suppress critical evidence, attempting to hide it from the public, the judge, and even Justin Baldoni. What could possibly be so incriminating that they were willing to bend the law to keep it hidden? It gets worse. This move wasn't just a legal strategy. It was a blatant attempt to manipulate the entire case and sway the public's opinion. They tried to play the celebrity victim card, arguing that releasing certain pieces of evidence could cause irreparable harm to Blake's career and personal life. But here's the catch. The only thing causing harm to her credibility was her own actions. Asterisk at this point. It was clear that Blake's legal strategy had fallen apart. So, in a last-ditch effort to salvage the case, her team rolled out a new tactic: fake witnesses. They brought forward two anonymous actresses who claimed to have had similar experiences with Justin Baldoni. But here's the kicker. They weren't named in the lawsuit, no official documents were presented, and their testimonies were nowhere to be found. But that's not all. When the media didn't buy it and refused to run with the story, things got even worse for Blake. The press, which usually thrives on scandal, couldn't touch these allegations because they were so flimsy. In fact, even Hollywood insiders were calling out the PR team for their transparent lies. Blake's own PR team was losing control of the narrative, and the media, the very people they relied on to spin the story in their favor, were backing away. As if things couldn't get more absurd, Blake's team came up with yet another ridiculous accusation. They claimed that Justin Baldoni was too nice. Yes, you heard that right. They actually tried to frame kindness as a crime. The same people who have built careers on playing nice now accused him of being too positive. It gets crazier. They went so far as to attack his email etiquette, claiming he encouraged people to sign off with love in their emails. Imagine suing someone because they were just being too friendly. The absurdity of this accusation was so over the top that even the public couldn't take it seriously anymore. Why now? The writing was on the wall. Blake's career was crashing, and her PR team was backing away. The firm that had salvaged the reputations of some of Hollywood's biggest stars, Leslie Sloan PR, decided to cut ties with Blake. But that's not all. Even after the most powerful crisis management team in Hollywood abandoned her, Blake and Ryan hired former CIA agents. Yes, you heard that right. They went full-on government conspiracy mode, bringing in operatives to clean up their mess. But even with all that power, they couldn't save her from the inevitable day as the dust settles. One thing becomes painfully clear. Blake Lively thought she could manipulate the media, control the narrative, and rewrite her story. But the truth doesn't care about PR stunts or red carpet appearances. It cares about facts. And those facts are slowly, but surely, destroying her career. And it gets worse. The reality is that no amount of money, no amount of influence, and no amount of PR magic can fix what's already broken. The damage is done. Blake Lively has tried every trick in the book, but in the end, it wasn't enough. The truth has caught up with her, and there's no escaping the fallout. Subscribe now, because this legal disaster is only getting messier, and you won't want to miss the next shocking revelation.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content.